45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 347. Today is December 17th, 2023. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock, and joining me, as always, is our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis Acosta. How you doing today, kid?
Yeah, we're doing good. So far, pretty good day. Could have been better. Let's talk about it, bro.
It was an up and down day in the NFL. Some broke our way, some didn't. We'll talk about Saturday games as well. Two teams eliminated, thank God, the Jets and the Titans. We got Monday Night Football. They flexed the Eagles and the Seahawks into Monday night tomorrow. Eagles are on the road taking on the Seahawks. We got 11 games on the NBA, and I got 4 college plays towards the end of the show. But let's start with those Saturday games. We'll start with the 1 o'clock slate. What a comeback for Jake Browning and the Bengals to get the job done 27-24. And by the looks of it, early on, it looked like Nick Mullins and the Vikings were driving the ball. He passed for over 300 yards. He had 2 interceptions, but, the Bengals, they made him pay for it. They weren't able to run the ball, but collectively, they got the job done. Jamar Chase had 64 receiving yards. T. Higgins, catch of the year in the end zone. He had 2 tutties. What did you make of the comeback performance from the Bengals?
Real quick, though, let's give Nick Mullins some credit, though. I think he moved the ball tremendously, though. He ended up, like you said, 2 interceptions. That weird fumble late that he just tried to throw it while falling down backwards during a sack. That ended up being terrible. I think it was a strip 6 still. But besides that, to be honest, Minnesota played a much better game than anticipated. Jake Browning and the Bengals offense basically was really slow the whole entire first half and then slowly got it going in the second half. Jamar Chase made some catches. Then he ended up going down with a shoulder injury. Looks like it might be a little serious still. Then, like you said, T. Higgins stepped right up, had one of the catches of the year. Tyler Boyd, huge catch and grab in overtime. Joe Mixon, it wasn't a ton of yards still, but he held it down. He got the touchdown in. It was just a great team win / comeback for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we alluded to a couple podcasts ago, Dill. This kid, Jake Brown, is going to get fucking paid. I was thinking just a 1-2 year deal, 20. Nah, this dude might get like a 3-year, 50 mil, like something like what Jimmy G got from the Raiders, like 3 years, 70-ish,
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a playoff, not a playoff quarterback, but he's
a playoff caliber quarterback. He single-handedly won 3 straight games. Now, guess what? They're not in the hunt no more. I think they're in the 7th seed right now.
They're tied.
He is a playoff quarterback.
This is what I said. So now is Joe Burrow a system quarterback, or is
no? I just feel like the weapons around Joe Mixon. Bro, this is his 6-7 season. He's been doing it. He's never been a top 3, top 5 running back, but he's been a top 5 running back throughout his whole career. I'll take that. The offensive line, the only thing that's been questionable, but this is without a doubt, this is the best offensive line we've seen Cincinnati have even during the Super Bowl run. We could at least agree on that.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd might just be the best wide receiver group in all of football. Could we agree on that?
Yeah, I agree.
With Zach Taylor, I'm not gonna call him a guru, but still,
he's doing a hell of a job.
Look what Joe Burrow did. Remember, tore his ACL basically his first full NFL season because he only played 5 games his rookie year when he tore his shit. Goes to the Super Bowl, and then now he goes down. This team was struggling. Cincinnati didn't win 3 straight games all season. Now this team has won 3 straight. They're live in the playoffs right now. I'm not saying they're going to win out, but they're moving forward. This is a team I don't want to face. They still got Hubbard. They still got Hendrickson. They got some weapons on the defensive side. Yeah. I understand it ain't household names, but this team is winning games.
Yeah, and remember we said when Joe Burrow went down, this team was dead. Not so fast. I mean, 8-6 right now. They're sitting in the playoffs, and on the other side, the Vikings, they moved to 500, 7-7. They're tied with the Rams, who just lost, and the Buccaneers. So, it's still up for grabs. I think they'll still be fine.
The Rams won.
Rams won. So 8-7 didn't update, but. Yeah, I thought it was a big win for the Bengals, and this team is live right now, and especially the way Jake Browning is playing, the sky's the limit for them. So good win for them at home. By the way, that Tyler Boyd catch was just
it was just pitiful. It was pitiful. Yeah, for a Cincinnati fan, amazing. For the Dream Wager,
not good. I mean, we were looking good 99% of the day.
And personally, though, it didn't benefit me because I pushed with the -3.
Yeah, so
I'd rather you win because I pushed anyway.
What a game by Gardner Minshew and the Indianapolis Colts. They take care of business, 30-13 at home. Gardner Minshew, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, threw for over 200 yards. Trey Sermon, shout out Ohio State. He ran the hell of the ball, 17 carries for 88 yards. Pittman, he winded up getting a concussion, but he had a good game. Mo Ali Cox, he had a touchdown. Montgomery had a touchdown. Even Zach Moss. Everyone got involved, and this Steelers team continues to struggle with Mitch Trubisky.
Still, it was. I thought shit was sweet early on. I took the Pittsburgh money line. I took plus 105, up 13-0 early. I was like, we cashed it already. Mike Tomlin ain't losing 3 in a row, and then this guy who has a van parked out in Florida and just be cruising around, just said, hold my beer and my jean shorts, buddy. My boy Gardner Minshew just died. So he's just clearly a winner. That's what Gardner Minshew is just a flat out winner. The number's not gonna say it. 18 for 28, 215. My boy had 3 tutties, no interceptions. Like you said, the kid Seaman, he ran the ball great. The defense showed out with an injury, basically just shut it down for 3 quarters straight. Still, Mitchell Trubisky, it's just, what could we say? And to be honest, Indianapolis should have scored more points because they went for it on a 4th and goal. And Mo Ali Cox, he ended up dropping the ball. Well, he got punched out. I'm not going to say the man dropped it, but it was a great defensive play on it on a 4th and goal. So it could have been more points on the board, Dale. And I'm going to ask a question to you, Dale. Usually you're the one asking the question. Are the Pittsburgh Steelers done? Loses to 3 straight. You lose to Arizona. You lose to Patriots. Now you lost to 3 straight backup quarterbacks. Well, no, Kyler Murray's not a backup. I'm sorry, but still,
they should beat them. They have a elite defense. They have weapons, and I just think they've checked out. I mean, look, if you look at the sideline when Trubisky threw one of the interceptions, you had Najee Harris just with his head down, Deontay Johnson head down, George Pickens. He doesn't block to save his life. He just doesn't want to even be out there. So the body language says it all. It's unfortunate because Mike Tomlin tried to get the boys going, but there's just no effort there. And without quarterback play, and I know we like to pick on Kenny Pickett, but he's way better than anybody they got right now. So it's unfortunate he's gone right now. So they can't run the ball. Doesn't really matter if it was Matt Canada in there or not. This team is still losing to below average teams. So yeah, I would say they're done right now. They are sitting at 7-7. They moved down out of the playoff spot. They're sitting at 10th. They're still in the hunt. Technically, they're not eliminated, but yeah, I think they're done, especially, Bills huge win we'll talk about. Texans come back and win. So I don't know. I think they're on the outside looking in. I do think they are done. Team that isn't done, though, the Detroit Lions take care of business at home. They whooped the Broncos' ass 42-17.
Beat them like they stole something.
Jared Goff, well, this is the game we were looking for. It was inside, of course. 24 for 34, over 270 yards, 5 tutties. Jahmyr Gibbs had a hell of a game. Sam Laporta, not 1, not 2, but 3 tutties. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a touchdown as well. Jahmyr Gibbs had 2 touchdowns. So everyone got involved. This was a blowout from start to finish. Russell Wilson got kind of yelled at by his father, Sean Payton, on the sideline. What'd you think of that?
All right, we see so, though. It's just a poor offensive performance and a kind of a must-win game. Still, you gotta be better on days like this. Still, but enough with the Broncos. I think I talked enough about the Broncos this season. Gave them their flowers. Credit was due. Winners of the 6 out of 7. Still, but this is more about Detroit. To be honest, still, this is an indictment on Jared Goff and the Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions.
Hey, we're not at baseball season just yet, kid.
Still, but let me explain why. Denver Broncos defense the last 7 weeks. Dale, could we not agree? Top 10 defense.
Broncos.
Yeah, borderline top 10 defense. Last 7 weeks.
Last borderline.
7 weeks. Why the fuck the Lions put up this many points and Jared Goff looked this good today, but he can't do that these last few weeks. Though, and he's turning the ball over. Still, Broncos are a hot team. This is why I'm frustrated with the Lions, because I love this team. I picked Dan Campbell to win Coach of the Year, goddammit. But it's mind blowing to me how inconsistent this offense can be. Jared Goff, he had 5 tutties today. How many quarterbacks had 5 tutties this season in a game? I guarantee he's less than 5. So it's just an indictment to show how great this offense was today. Still, I guaranteed we possibly can see it one more time, but we're not going to see the consistency behind it. I'm not saying Jared Goff needs to throw for 5 tutties, but we need at least 250 passing with no interceptions. That's what you need. That could win you a championship, Detroit. Yeah. I'm letting you know right now. You have the pieces. Amon St. Brown, Jameis Williams, he's starting to catch up. Sam Laporta, he's not just the best rookie tight end in football.
He's might be a top tight end.
He might be a top 3 tight end in football right now. Fuck the rookie shit. So, and like you said, Jamar Gibbs had himself a day. David Montgomery. This team is at their best when Gibbs and Montgomery's running the ball well. We know what they could do. With the receivers on the outside. When Gibbs and Montgomery's running the ball well and Jared Goff doesn't turn the ball over, this team is no ceiling. There's no ceiling realistically for this team.
I think it just realistically, I think it comes down to Jared Goff can't play in the cold, and when he's inside,
this team needs home field advantage.
Oh, desperately. I think desperately, because you see how fluid and how effective this offense could be. They pound you up the rock, and it's such old school football. I love watching it. They're going to pound you up the rock. They're going to bring the safeties up to load the box, and then they're going to hit you with play action down the field. And if you can't catch Amon St. Brown, good luck trying to stop Sam Laporta. So, I mean, they need home field. At least 1 or 2 playoff games, because going outside, it's going to be a tough go for them. But I think it's as simple as that. I think that's why we saw Jared Goff be as good as he is. But 2 of the next 3 games are in a dome. They play in Minnesota next week. Then they're at Jerry World for Sunday Night Football. Ooh. And then they end at home. Oh, so they got every dome game remaining. They should go 12-5. They should win 2 of the next 3.
All they got to do is avoid Philadelphia and the 49ers. They'll play every home game in the dome. Every game in the dome.
That's a good call. But big win for the Lions after losing to that tough one against the Bears on the road. Let's start in the Sunday. Let's start in the Patriots. You guys take an L 27-17. Not as bad as I thought.
I called the score.
You did?
I think I did.
Oh, wow.
I gotta listen back, but I did say the Chiefs will win by 10, and I gotta check on the score, but I might have been right about that.
Not as bad as a performance as I thought. I thought we both thought, to be honest. They did cover, but the Chiefs, we thought, would come out and explode. Patrick Mahomes continues to turn the ball over. That's another 2 interceptions by him. Kadarius Toney winds up fumbling the ball, but they do just enough to get the job done. Hunter Henry had a nice game, 7 catches, 66 yards. Bailey Zappi didn't play all that bad besides that 1 pick late. I thought Bailey Zappi played all right. What are your thoughts on your Pats?
Still, to be honest, much better game than anticipated. Like you said, Zappi played pretty well. First half, you can honestly say he outdueled Patrick Mahomes. Honestly, but second half, Kansas City got it going. Come on, Dale. We both agreed 8.5 points was a little too much. I understand we had a great win on the road against Pittsburgh. But at the end, Kansas City lost 2 straight. This is more of a prideful game. And guess what? Guess who happened to be at the game as well?
Taylor.
That did not help, So Even though we got a pick on Travis Kelce, got Moss, by the way, my boy. Nothing against you, but you did get Moss. It's just no
Shout out
right
to
there.
Bro Peppers. He did have a nice pick too.
Yeah, so the game went exactly what I expected. As a Patriots fan, I honestly wanted the loss. Panthers won. Not to go too far ahead, but we're live, Dill. We're live. 3 weeks left. We're live. That's what I was saying.
You guys in Arizona are 1 game back of the number 1 seed right now. So as of right now, you have the tiebreaker. You will get the number 2 overall.
Yeah,
pick.
we're locked in right now at 2.
We're locked in. Jets, they're locked in at 6. Hey, we're climbing.
If we would have lost this, Steelers would be tied for first.
Yeah, but no, big win for the Chiefs. They moved to 9-5. They get back in the win column. Even though it was ugly, it was a win. Talking about the Bears, let's go to Cleveland. Browns take care of the Bears. Comeback win for Joe Flacco, baby, 20-17. Bears should have won this game. There's no reason why they lose this game. Joe Flacco, 28 for 44, 374 yards. He had 3 picks. There were some very questionable throws, but he gets the job done. They weren't able to run the ball to save their life today. Either team, if I'm being honest. No one was really able to run the ball. Mari Cooper and David Njoku both went over 100 yards. Both had a touchdown as well. And, Dustin Hopkins, he puts the Browns up 34-yarder to win the game. Cleveland, 9-5, kid.
Still, like I said, I had him high on the power ranks for a reason. The Joe Flacco, I understand the 3 interceptions, but Joey Flacco is out here winning games. Got the Browns 8-5. Still
9-5.
9-5. They're
in the 5th seed right now.
Still, we're 1 win away from being locked in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So depending on what Baltimore does, and I'm pretty sure they play Baltimore one more time, Baltimore slips a game or 2. The Browns might be live for the division. I'm just surprised that this team is in the position they are. Remember, Nick Chubb goes down, arguably one of the best running backs in football. Deshaun Watson goes down. Whatever you think about him, people, he's a top 10 talent in the National Football League at the QB position. And this team is just out here winning games, You got to give credit to the coaching staff, not just the head coach, the whole coaching staff, defense. Myles Garrett needs a little more credit. Denzel Ward in the secondary, Shout out to the Cleveland Browns, At the end of the day, that was a heartbreaker, with Chicago. At the end of the day, Justin Fields, we root for the kid, but he has to be better.
Yeah. This is a game he should have won. Yeah, no
exactly.
excuses there.
He should have won.
They're up within, I think, the last 5-6 minutes of the game. This is the second or third time they've blown the lead, and it's not looking good. If you want to make your case and them not draft a quarterback like Caleb Williams,
with a loaded QB draft this year,
you gotta make those plays and win the game. This is a game they should have won. So yeah, tough on the Bears. But yeah, going back to they split already with the Ravens 1-1. They got 3 games left at Texas for Texans, on the road against the Jets. Oh, at home, against the Jets, and on the road against the Bengals. So some winnable games, but two of the 3 teams are playing all right. You got Texans, a borderline team, and then the Bengals, like we just mentioned, are a playoff team right now. So some winnable games. They're 2 games out of first place in the AFC North. But yeah, no, big win for the Browns, and you just got to continue to give Joe Flacco his credit because he's coming off the couch and just winning ball games for this team. I mean, this is another team we said, hey, without Deshaun Watson, without Nick Chubb, arguably 2 top 10 talents. Nick Chubb's probably a top 5 talent in his position, but
I'm going to say top 3.
Kevin Stefanski doing a hell of a job. I think he needs to get consideration for Coach of the Year as well. Let's go to the Packers. Let's go to Green Bay. Tampa Bay, big win on the road, 34-20. Tampa Bay improves to 7-7, and they are locked in at first place. They have the tiebreaker over New Orleans. And Baker Mayfield, man, 22 for 28, 4 tutties. David Monroe had one. Mike Evans had one. Rashard White had one. Even the rookie Kife, or whatever his name is, he even had one as well. But yeah, big win on the road. And last couple weeks for Jordan Love and this Packer team have not looked good. The short notice, they wind up losing on Monday to the Giants. Now they come home and lose to a Tampa Bay team that I didn't expect them to put up 34 points on the road. But credit Tampa Bay. What'd you think here?
Till I'm gonna say something I haven't said since 2021. Baker, my man Baker Mayfield diced him up today, living up to the number 1 overall pick.
Chill.
That's what you like to see. All right, let me be realistic now, people. I just got hype because I fuck with Baker Mayfield Sooners, baby. But still, 381, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Give me some of that. On the road. At the end of Green Bay is not an easy place to play now. Now you got Tampa. Still, they're just not in the hunt. They're live for the division. Who would have thought Tom Bowles and company? Still, Mike Evans, quiet game. He had the tutty. Chris Godwin.
Whoa.
Woo! Hello, Chris Godwin. David Moore, Rashawn. Still, like I said last pod, Rashawn White has had quietly one of the best running back season this far. I think he's secretly going under the table. He's having a top 10 season from that position. And like you said, on the other side with Green Bay, just 2 tough losses. Basically lost one, a tough loss last week in MetLife / Jet Life. I'm gonna give that one to Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, Jordan Love just doesn't look precise. He didn't really turn the ball over. He had the numbers to win. 29 for 39, 284. He just has no running game. I understand Aaron Jones finally returned, but he doesn't look the same. Maybe he needed an extra week. At the end of the day, the kid could have had another touchdown and 50 more yards. They still lose this game. The defense gotta be better. I'm just surprised how good Tampa performed on the road.
Yeah, 4-4 on the road. Their defense, I thought, stood on their head. They Packers went for it a few times on 4th down. They stopped them multiple times. I thought it was a really good game all around, offensively and defensively. And I know I like to shit on Todd Bowles, but they're sitting at the 4 seed right now. They got home. They're going to play a home playoff game if the playoffs started today. So they own the tiebreaker. Everything is in their hands right now. But yeah, huge win for the Buccaneers. Let's go over to Tennessee. Back and forth game all day, but credit Davis Mills and Case Keenum, man. Case Keenum getting the job done, 19-16 over the Tennessee Titans. Case Keenum, 23 for 36, 229 yards. He had a touchdown and an interception. But David Singletary, man, what a day he had. 4 catches, 49 yards. He ran for 121 yards. Noah Brown had 82 yards and a touchdown. All-around performance. And they get it done without their guy, C.J. Stroud, now 8-6. And they're not in the playoffs right now, but they're right there, sitting at the 8 seed, 8-6 tie with the Buffalo Bills. Thoughts here without C.J. Stroud?
Good credit to Case Keenum. Remember the miracle in Minnesota? It was Case Keenum who threw that ball to Stephon Diggs. So
solid backup.
The guy is a gamer, So this is a tale of 2 halves. Tennessee was dominating the game early. Will Levis had that rushing touchdown, but after that, second half, Case Keenum started dicing them up. Like you said, Singletary started running the ball great. And like you said, Noah Brown had the tutty. Dalton Schultz doing damage like he usually does. And then, Devin Singletary, he did it from the backfield and receiving. You just got to give credit to this team fighting for the playoff spot, knowing that their big dog and C.J. Stroud is down and still making it happen on the road against a division rival. That's just great teamwork. And give D'Amico Ryans credit for sneaking out this win. And with Tennessee, they snuck one. They got lucky last week in Miami, to be honest, on Monday night. So them losing the way they lost today, it's kind of bittersweet. But at the end, you snuck one out last Monday.
Jets only team to put up 0 points on the board. Surprisingly enough,
Shocker.
they get blown out on the road, 30-0 against the Miami Dolphins. Raheem Mostert just keeps on adding 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jalen Waddle went for 142 yards. He smoked our secondary. Besides him, Raheem Mostert, it was an all right game, but they couldn't get anything going. Zach Wilson was in shambles. Apparently he quit on the team. They put in Trevor Siemian. He couldn't do anything. 2 picks. They weren't able to run the ball either. It was a shit show. Thank God they're eliminated. Thank God this team's done. And I hope Aaron Rodgers was watching hard on that sideline, because I don't think you want to go in there and get hurt again. So, yeah, tough one. But am I surprised? No.
The only thing I'm surprised about, well, I am surprised you only put up 0. But one thing I am surprised about, Dill, how good Tua in Miami's offense looked against his defense without Tyreek Hill. We was making the case Tyreek Hill for MVP. I don't think we can honestly make that case anymore. Tua, 21 for 24, 224, one tutty, no interceptions.
Yeah.
That still, I'm not gonna say that's a perfect game, but against this New York Jets defense, we saw through times how great they looked. Still, that was damn near a flawless performance against that defense. Still, so you gotta give credit. Still, I understand Mostert went off, but he only had 42 yards total. Your running defense did their job at least. It's just like give credit to Miami's defense, getting great field position throughout the game. Jalen Waddle had himself a game. It's just this team might have put up 50 with Tyreek Hill. Dill, let's just be honest. And I'm gonna flip it over back to you, Dill. Did Zach Wilson quit on the Jets today?
I don't know. We heard reports that he did. He ended up leaving early before the first half. Head injuries. They said he wanted to go into a locker room and rehydrate. Then he comes back and says, "Oh, well, actually, he has a head injury. He's not coming back in. That's why Trevor Siemian." I mean, I don't know. I don't want to believe that he did. I don't think that's Zach Wilson, if I'm being honest. But I guess it's a fair question, to be honest, because the way this team was going, getting sacked all those times, the offensive line is a mess. I mean, I wouldn't blame him, but I don't think he quit. Do you?
Personally, Dill, the way that offensive line was looking, I'll give a 5% chance, yes, because it was bad blocking. But at the end of the day, I say no just because how great he looked last week. This kid just coming off his best game of his career by far, and he's not about to just quit midway halfway the first quarter. So
yeah,
I doubt it, but I can see why there was speculations.
Tommy DeVito regresses and they come back down to earth. The New Orleans Saints take care of business at home 24-6 against the Giants. I finally saw that big hit. We were watching the game, and I left real quick. I left the room, and holy shit, he got smoked, Tommy DeVito. But he did come back into the game. He wasn't bad, I thought. 20 for 34, 177 yards. He was just sacked 7 times. I think the difference between on Monday against Green Bay and today against the Saints, he was eluding pressure. He was running. Today, he was just sitting back there waiting for people to get open. And in the NFL, you don't have all that time to wait for all your progressions. You are going to get sacked. So, a little regression from the Giants. But, big win for the Saints, and they keep their playoff chances alive.
Yeah, I just gotta. It sucks that Tommy DeVito regressed a little bit. Hey, a game like that was due. At the end of the day, we spoke about it. The Metrodome, the Superdome is one of the hardest places to play at in the NFL. And at the end of the day, Derek Carr, he did his job. Didn't have a great game. He had the 3 tutties, no turnovers. But the defense is the tell of the story, people. They just got great field position, got turnovers throughout the whole game. They just basically won the game single-handedly just on the defensive side of the ball. So give Derek Carr credit just for not turning it into a fucking game, you know?
Shout out the Carolina Panthers. They get another win.
I told you, Dill. Yeah. You can't. I called it. I said, Dill, I feel it. They're live.
I said, listen, I like the points, but I swore them off. I said, hey, they fucked me already, but you were right. We called it. It just looked like the Panthers were the right side here at home. They should have won the other game last week, coming back home against, I don't know, this fucking Atlanta team just doesn't want to win anything at all. Desmond Ritter's nodded. At this point, I've lost hope in Desmond Ridder. Like, they need to put Tyler Heineke in there. Like, he's at least going to sling it. Like, this guy is just – I no disrespect to Desmond Ridder, but, man, this guy is just not good at all. Bijan Robinson winded up fumbling, fucking us. They didn't – after Drake London had his amazing game last week, he was non-existent. Kyle Pitts was – everyone was non-existent in this game. But
Jonnu Smith, that one big catch. That's
it. That's it. That 30-yard catch. But other than that, they didn't really do anything. Credit Bryce Young in this. They ran the ball. Chuba Hubbard had a good game. Adam Thielen had a couple of nice catches as well. But, they get the game-winning drive. And I think they kicked – what was it?
It's like a 30-yarder, 33-yarder, something like that.
Yeah, it was a 34-yarder to win the game, but yeah, Carolina second win. Shout out them.
Yeah, hopefully they get two more. I'm telling you, they get two more. It's over. They'll, at the end of the day, we both said it's going to be an ugly game. I had a feeling Panthers are live. Hubbard ran the ball well. Atlanta, I'm with you. I've been telling you all season long. I don't know why you like this team. I understand the team, but I'm just Desmond Ritter's not it. Like he's just not it. So give credit to Carolina. I called this game. I just wish I would have went to the window with it. I do have them in a parlay right now, but it's probably dead anyway. But I did have them, threw them in something at least always. But give credit to Carolina winning a sappy game. And I'm gonna be honest, real quick. Y'all gotta show up to the fucking game. I understand it's raining, but for 59 cents, a dollar, less than $20, you're sitting 15 rows in the field. I don't care if it's rain, hail, or snow. Yo, go to the game, man. In Atlanta, where's your loyalty at? You're about what, 2-3 hour drive, if that. Yo, go to the game.
No one hit you up, E, for some tickets?
That's a damn shame. I would have brought you in the game 3 tickets. Well, 4 tickets.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, bro. It would have cost me about $30, $40, $50. What, come on.
The fees would have been more than the ticket.
Yo, y'all just support me, Carolina fans. That's why y'all don't got a first round pick this year.
Even the Jets, like I know they're bad, but at least they show up,
Yeah, you always Fireman Ed is always gonna be there. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up. Y'all could be 2-3, 3-13. Guess what? Week 17, they're gonna be in there shouting that shit.
I love it. Shout out Fireman Ed. He's a legend.
Legend.
Rams take care of the Redskins 28-20 at home. Matthew Stafford, a great game, 25 for 33, 258 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, one to Cooper Kupp, one to DeMarcus Robinson. What a game for Cooper Kupp. I think we both hit receptions and yards. He had that nice 62-yarder touchdown. Karen Williams, Jesus Christ, another good game from him, 152 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. Man, this offense, when they're flowing and Matthew Stafford is healthy and they protect him and give him time, only 3 sacks given up today, this team is good, 7-7 now, and they're sitting at the 7th seed in the playoffs.
So in the playoffs, Matt Stafford and company, he could sling it. 3 straight games, 3 straight wins. Matthew Stafford, he doesn't turn the ball over, throws a couple of touchdowns, throws for 250 plus. They're most likely going to win that game. Like you said, Karen Williams had himself a day. Cooper Kupp over 100 yards with the tutty. If Aaron Donald and that secondary could just hold up, the Rams are going to be live in every game. And at the end of the day, it's most likely they're going to have to go on the road. I don't want to see the Rams. If I'm one of these teams, I don't want to see if I'm Detroit, I don't want to see the Rams first round. If I'm the Eagles, Cowboys, I don't want to see the Rams the first round. So, hey, the Rams are going to be a pesky team, man. As long as Matthew Stafford is healthy, Cooper Kupp, we see what Nakua is doing. Their offense is liable to put up 30 points against anybody. We saw it do it last week. Guess where, though? At the bank.
Now, Sam Howell wound up getting hurt. Jacoby Brissett, shout out Jacoby, another solid backup. He goes in 8
Super
for
Bowl
10,
champ.
124 yards and 2 tutties. He had one to McLaurin, and Curtis Samuel actually had 2 tutties as well. They've lost 5 in a row now. The Redskins, they got the 4th pick overall as of right now. What do we do with them? As of right now, mock draft, they're getting an offensive tackle, but is Sam Howell the guy? Because I'm worrying now.
Still, he's top 5 in passing. I just feel like, with Terry McLaurin, he got some weapons around him. I think you need a better running game, a better offensive line. And then, to me, that's one of the worst defenses in football.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to address the defense as well, especially in that secondary deal. So at the end of the day, I think you ride it out with Sam Howell for at least another couple more years, Joe, to lead throughout the first 13 weeks or 12 weeks. He was leading the NFL in passing. Now, he dropped back a little bit. I still think he's top 5 in the category, Dill. The offense is not the issue, it's the defense in the running game. So I say stick it out with Sam Howell. I understand the quarterback draft is loaded this season. You're most likely going to have a top 5, top 6 pick. But I say you get the best offensive tackle available, and then you start addressing that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I think he'll be fine. You just need to protect him. He gets hit the most. He got hurt today. I think the receivers, they have some weapons, but like you said, I think he needs protection. I trust Eric Bieniemy, and I think he'll be all right. I just think he needs some time to develop. Let's go out to Arizona. 6 in a row now for the 49ers. They take care of business on the road, 45-29. Brock Purdy, 4 tutties, 16 for 25, 242 yards. What a game he had. Christian McCaffrey had 2 receiving. Deebo Samuel had 2 receiving. Christian McCaffrey had 3 total touchdowns as well.
Woo!
But
Had him
all around amazing game. 6 wins in a row. This is the best team, kid.
Till when Christian McCaffrey is this effective, he led the team in rushing and receiving. He's just a dual threat. Still, Brock Purdy, another great game. Still, that's like his 5th or 6th game of the season with a 135 passer rating or higher. I think we're gonna have to start possibly give him the MVP award. You know, we gotta see how it looks after this week, the odds. But Brock Purdy definitely moved up in the odds in Vegas' eyes. Christian McCaffrey, what more could you say? Had himself a day, basically 200 yards, almost 200 yards all purpose on the ground. Like you said, 3 touchdowns. Thank you. He gave me 41 points in fantasy. Need that. Shout out my cousin Ed, but better luck next time, kid. Keep those regular season wins. I'll take the playoff wins. George Kittle had himself a day. Deebo Samuel had 2 touchdowns as well. Though when this offense is going, this damn near unstoppable. And honestly, Arizona put up 29 points, but the defense let their foot off the gas just a little bit. They had 2 turnovers. They had a pick 6, so they did their damage. They just let their foot off the gas. Don't let the final score fool you. It could have easily been 60-7, 60-20.
Tre'Davious Ward had that pick 6. He was out of there as well. So big game for the 49ers all around. And yeah, man, like you said, when this team is going on all cylinders, they are a tough team to play. Right now, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, -150. He is the favorite for the MVP. +250 is second for Dak. You agree with that after the game? I guess we should go to it. It's the last game on the slate.
Let's go right to it.
Bills take care of business at home. We were right. It was the right side. Bills team now 2 in a row, 31-10. And it's not, again, we talk about just maybe winning or coming out of this game victorious, but they didn't just win. They were up 31-3 basically the whole game, and they got that late touchdown at the end. So don't let it fool you. Dak Prescott, probably his worst game of the season, if I'm being honest. 21 for 34, 134 yards. He had that interception, and Buffalo at home, very good. I mean, Josh Allen really didn't do anything, but
Nothing.
we talk about, we've talked about on this pod for about 2 years now. What was the main concern for Buffalo? Running the ball. They fucking did it amazing today. James Cook, what a performance by him. 25 carries for 179 yards. He even caught 2 balls for 42 yards and a touchdown. He was the best player on the field on both sides of the ball. I mean, he was fantastic today.
Still. Dak Prescott, worst game of the season thus far. Still, I understand he only had 1 interception. He should have had like 3. I'm going to be real with y'all. For the people that was watching this game, you will understand what I'm saying. He should have had 3 interception. Couple were dropped. Just bad play by Dak overall. The running game wasn't there. Dak overall just 134 on the over the passing. That's horrendous still. Like you said with Buffalo, it was just their defense in the running game. 266 as a unit. 179, Mr. James Cook. How you doing? With a tutty. Josh Allen with a tutty. Latavius Murray, he opened it up with the tutty, Dill. So give credit to the team. I'm not gonna say Josh Allen. He just, if you want to say a game, this was a game manager game, and we know how talented Josh Allen is. He just kept keeping on. Didn't really force nothing. Had himself a game. I understand the numbers don't reflect that, Dill, but at the end of the day, when your team win by 21 points, you had himself a good game. So give the defense credit. Give the running game and coaching staff a tremendous amount of credit.
I mean, on a positive note, because some teams lost, the Cowboys and Eagles both clinch a playoff spot today for the 3rd consecutive year. And I forgot to mention the 49ers did clinch the NFC South today. So They have already won the division. That's one of the futures that we hit on. And right now, they're sitting at 11-3 in prime position for that number 1 seed. 5 teams eliminated now from the playoffs: the Patriots, the Jets, the Titans, and the Panthers and the Cardinals over there on the NFC. So tough go for it. But overall, an even day or an even week so far, kid. Right now, I am 4-4 on the week. Tyler Boyd under 15.5 longest reception. I mean, that was just awful. Najee Harris over 13.5 rushes. He ends with 12. It was over once they started getting blown out. They weren't running the ball anymore. Jahmyr Gibbs, he wound up cashing for me. Derrick Henry over 16.5 rush attempts. He ends with 16. Man. Chuba Hubbard over 16.5 rush attempts. He hits that. Cooper Kupp hits for me, and Deebo Samuel goes under. So 4-4, and I'm on the under tonight in the Baltimore-Jacksonville game, about to kick off in like 20 minutes. But how'd you do so far this week, kid?
So far in the week, we're 4-5-1. Just trying to go to above 500. People were alive to do that on the day. I took Monster anytime touchdown. He went for 2. I took Cooper Kupp over. He went over by a mile. Buffalo -2. I had a 2-way teaser with Green Bay in it. They blew it. I had Cleveland on the other side. That cash. And I took Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. That didn't hit at all. And then yesterday I took Pittsburgh. They didn't cash. I took the Broncos +4.5. They got blown out. And then I ended up pushing with Cincinnati -3.
Still some opportunity to get above 500, kid, but we're looking to get there right now. Before we get to Monday night slate, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you by Viva Tequila Seltzer. The most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing a round of golf with the boys or another berry on a Sunday night watching Sunday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. We'll go to Monday Night Football. I almost wanted to talk about Sunday, but Monday Night Football, we are on the road in Seattle right now. Eagles are, I don't have the in front of me. I'm sorry.
They're -3. Yeah, they're -3 right now. Over under sitting at 45. Dill,
you could start. Yeah,
I'm gonna start it. Dill. I'm gonna go with the Eagles -3. We saw the Eagles get blown out, get embarrassed at home by the 49ers, and then frankly get embarrassed on the road in Jerry Road against the Dallas Cowboys. Dill, I think this is a great bounce back situation. We know the Seattle defense is gettable. Geno Smith is with a big question mark right now. We saw Drew Lock start last week. So if there's time to feast on a offensively against somebody, it's gonna be the Seattle defense tomorrow. I understand the cornerbacks are good, but for some reason they just let up a ton of points in yards, especially during the middle. So give me Philadelphia -3 on the road. I think it's a perfect bounce back situation. They got blown out 2 of the each last game, losing by double digits. I think they win this game possibly by double digits.
Yeah, Seattle, we've been talking to them for a while, and they've lost 4 in a row. They've kind of done all they could really do. I do lean the Eagles. I do think they're the right side. I think we're getting a discounted price because of how they recently have played. And then Eagles need this game. I know they clinched a playoff spot today, but they're still fighting for the division. They can still get the number 1 seed as well.
They win tomorrow. They have the first place in the division, and they're just a game back from the 1 seed.
Exactly. So they still have a lot to play for. I guess my one worry is, Jalen Hurts did come out today. He is really sick. Apparently he was like a late on the injury report. So we'll see. He's a game time decision, but even without him, I feel like they should win this game on both sides of their ball. They're really talented. So I do worry about the middle of the field. I think DK Metcalf, Smith and Jigba, Tyler Lockett. I think they can expose the middle of the field a little bit, but I think in a shootout, I got to take the Eagles here. So I agree. I think they are the right side. Lay in 3.
And real quick, people, it's just an illness. It's not like it's a shoulder or his knee injury or an ankle. He's just have,
It's his flu game.
Yeah, a flu-like symptom. So he's perfect. He's fine. It's just, is he gonna have the same strength come game time tomorrow? I think so. I think he'll give it a go, people. But it's nothing like knee or nothing like pain injury wise.
So the total, like you mentioned, it's at 45. It opened up around 45.5, went up to 48. It's been bet down now, back to 45. What do you think about this line movement, kid? Do you like the over or the under?
I just feel like all the line movements because with all the question at the quarterback position, you got Geno Smith. He didn't start last week. Drew Lock did. So you got to, as of right now, Geno Smith is a questionable game time decision. Right now, like we just spoke about, Jalen Hurts, he has an illness. How bad can it be? Does he wake up worse tomorrow? If he wakes up worse, guess what? We're going to see Marcus Mariota at the helm. So, I can see why the line movement is going down. It makes sense at the end of the day. You have two great quarterbacks that lead this team that both of them are questionable as of right now.
Yeah, I actually would lean over if I'm being honest. I think we're getting a short number based on speculation when I think both of them actually might play. Even if Geno Smith doesn't play, we saw last week Drew Lock was able to put up points, and we've seen 2 weeks in a row now this defense be shred up by for the Eagles. So yeah, 50%, 56% of the tickets are on the over. Eagles, they enter week 15, 7-6 towards the over on the year, but because of how bad their defense has been, 4 of the last 5 games have gone over for the Eagles. Seattle, a little different. They're 6-7 towards the over, but at home, they're 4-2 towards the over. So they're putting up more points at home. I think you got to go over. I think if the number continues to come down, I would actually go on the other side and, go on the other, be a little contrarian and go on the opposite side of the line movement. But I actually lean over, and, I'm a big under guy, but I think there are going to be some points here tomorrow. As for player prop, some uncertainty with Jalen Hurts and Geno Smith, but there are some wide receivers and running backs that we could take advantage of. Anything in a player prop market that you got your eye on?
Still, I think this number's too low. We've seen this man get thrown out of a game last week just for showing too much emotion. Give me DK Metcalf over 16.5 receiving yards at -125. It's a little chalky, people, but Dylan always says that sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. And I'm telling you right now, after getting thrown out last week, this is a primetime game versus A.J. Brown. Once again, Dylan, I said it a few weeks ago when they played Dallas. For Seattle to have a shot, DK Metcalf has to be the best wide receiver on the football field. Once again, for Seattle to have a shot tomorrow night, DK Metcalf has to be the best wide receiver on the football field. Give me DK Metcalf over 60.5 receiving yards at -125. If it goes up to like 161, -62, if you could get -110, even better, people.
Yeah, I'm going to go with an over again on a short receiving number with Kenny Gainwell. He's over 8.5 receiving yards at -110. He's been good in the receiving department. He wasn't targeted a single time last Sunday. Just the second time that's happened all season, so kind of weird. But, Gainwell, he's reeled in 5 of 6 targets for 42 yards in that week 13 loss to San Francisco. He's drawn more passes, 16, than other running backs like DeAndre Swift since week 8. And Seattle defense is another one that you could be gassed up a little bit. They allowed the 10th most receiving yards to running backs this season, around 7.8 yards per reception to running backs. And they also allow the 7th most yards after the catch to running backs this season as well. They're not good. They don't tackle well at all. And they run a lot of zone. They run the second highest rate zone in the NFL. And, that's good. They're going to be focused on their deeper threats, which, that's just going to be dump off to Gainwell, dump off to DeAndre Swift. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Gainwell to operate. So I think this is a good spot for Kenny Gainwell. Short number, only 8.5 receiving yards. So that is my one official play. Other one I like, I'll throw a flyer on if he does play. Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown, minus 120, go right back to the well with it. If the Eagles are on the goal line, you know who's getting the ball. Hurts has 12 rushing touchdowns this season, 6 in his last 5 games. So they do it the best out of anyone. If they're down in the red zone or in the goal line, Jalen Hurts is going to get that touchdown. So Flyer anytime touchdown at minus 120. Also, you could do who scores first. There are, depending on the sports book that you place your bets on, there are props that which team could score first. And the Eagles have scored first 16 of the last 21 games. Right now, the sports book that I'm looking at, Philadelphia to score first is minus 122. So they are favored to go on the board first, but I think that's not too chalky of a number for a team that's done it 16 of 21 games dating back to last season. So some plays there. I like. Any other ones that you're eyeing, Ken?
Yeah, those two are really my favorite. I do agree with you. Jalen Hurts does play. Most likely he will play anytime touchdown at minus 120. You gotta love that.
We talked about it yesterday. Let's transition to the NBA. They wind up losing again. There are riots outside of the Palace. Just no, serious. It's getting bad now. I feel for Monty Williams because he really is a good coach. But man, 23 in a row. They're 3 away from the record, 4 away from setting the record. They play on Monday. I mean, can this team win at all? Before we get into the Monday slate, what has to change? Because we even see San Antonio, they broke the streak. I think they were at like 17 or 18 games, but they wound up breaking it. What does Detroit have to do? Because Cade Cunningham, he's averaging around 21, 22 points a game, but other than that, this team is awful.
They got to play better defense, though. You got teams averaging basically $125, $130 on them. Like you said, last game, I think Philly put up 140. Yeah, Bucks put up 140 plus as well. Giannis is on the sideline with his kid with 5 minutes left. You just got to be more competitive. At the end of the day, it starts on the defensive side of the ball. They just got to guard down. I understand Monty Williams is an offensive mind, but defensively, they just got to step up realistically, though. They just got to be better defensively.
All right. So on Monday, we have, how many games do we have on Monday slate? We have about 11 games. So big slate on a Monday. What do you play? What do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to just write them off. They'll 7 o'clock start. Los Angeles Clippers take on Indianapolis Pacers. Clippers 2-point favorite on the road. They'll give me the Clippers -2 on the road. I know it started off rough, but as you come around to see, I think the last 10 games together, 8-2 or 8-3, something like that, 7-3. Clippers winning some games with that new big three. I like it. I think with the Pacers, ever since the in-season tournament, it's been regressing a little bit. Not for that, or teams are just taking them a little more seriously. I think it's a mixture of both. Give me the Clippers -2 on the road.
They won 6 in a row?
Yeah. Dill, you better put some respect on it now. I told you, give it some time. Wait till around Christmas. Now look at your boy now. Houston Rockets taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers laying 5. Give me the points. Give me Houston +5 on the road. At the end of the day, Cleveland is good, but they're not that good. They're not 5-point favorites against Houston. Houston's pretty good, honestly. One of my favorite marquee matchups tomorrow night, 7:30 start in Miami. Minnesota Timberwolves taking on Miami Heat. Minnesota with the best record in NBA. Only a 1-point favorite on the road. Give me that. Give me Minnesota -1. If you want to lay the money line, by all means, people, give me the Wolves by 1. Jimmy Butler won last night off a buzzer beater. I doubt they beat Minnesota. Another great game tomorrow night. Dallas Mavericks takes on the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets laying 7.5 at home. They're a good team, but right now I think the Mavericks are just playing a little better ball. I think Mavericks makes it close. I'm not saying they're gonna go out there and win, but give me the Dallas Mavericks +7.5. And the last game in the night, I wasn't gonna leave it out. Your New York Knicks taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles Lakers 4.5-point favorite after losing 2 straight games. Give me the New York Knicks +4.5. Jalen Brunson just had a game of his career, and why not continue that show in LA?
I love it, kid. I love it. I like that pick too. I like Houston. They've quietly 5 in a row now, 7-2 in their last 9.
I try to tell you, you was like, they're not gonna be good, cuz I'm like, watch. playoff team, plus 180.
4 plays for me in college. I'm going to take Quinnipiac minus 4.5 against Holy Cross. Next game, I have Little Rock, University of Little Rock at home against Murray State. I'm going to take Little Rock on the money line. I think they should be the favorite at home there, the slight underdog. Next game, give me Talleyrand State. It's a state college in Texas against Jacksonville State. They're minus 4.5. I'll lay the 4.5 at home. And then the last play, give me Southern Miss on the road, taking on Lamar College. I'll lay the 2.5 at on the road with Southern Miss. I know I don't like to lay points on the road, but 2.5, I think they should take care of business. So 4 plays on college. Elvis, thank you. You gave some plays in the NBA as well. Anything else before we get up out of here, kid?
So let's just have a great week, have the rest of the good night, I think you're on the under tonight, right? No, you're on the over.
Yeah, no, the under 43.5.
I got Isaiah Likely over 32.5. So as long as those hit, we're in the money.
We're in a prime position to have a great night. Elvis, thank you so much. That is going to do it for this Sunday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, and myself, we will see you guys on Wednesday. We'll recap Monday Night Football. We'll give you our best bets for Thursday. Almost Christmas time. We're about a week away from Christmas. So make sure you guys follow along our social media, X and Instagram at The Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday on YouTube, youtube.com/The Dream Wager. So make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, rate, give us a review, leave a comment on who you guys are betting for Monday Night Football. All that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend. Tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well, and we'll see you guys down the road. Peace.